4 straight wins haven't just pushed Manchester United up the table, they've changed the way fans are starting to dream again. A top 4 finish no longer feels distant, it feels possible. And if this rhythm continues, the conversation might shift from chasing Europe to asking who can actually stop this team. At Old Trafford, the "Ole Ole" chants are back. Visiting teams are starting to feel that old pressure again when they walk into the theater of dreams. Supporters aren't just talking about recovery anymore. They're starting to whisper about something bigger. Maybe United aren't just back. Maybe they're ready to push into the title race. The latest win against Tottenham wasn't just another 3 points. It felt like a statement, a sign that this team has shed the fragile image of recent months and replaced it with confidence, energy, and belief. The Stretford end celebrated every flowing move, and for the first time in a long while, football at Old Trafford looked genuinely fun again. Right now, United are playing with freedom, and the question isn't just where they'll finish, it's who can slow them down. There were plenty of doubts when Michael Carrick took charge during a transitional period, but after just 4 games, he's shown that stability sometimes comes from the simplest ideas. Against Tottenham, Carrick named the exact same starting lineup for the second match in a row. That might sound normal, but under Amorim, the same lineup was only repeated once in 47 games. That tells you everything about the difference in philosophy. Carrick has chosen trust over constant change. Players are back in natural positions. They're encouraged to express themselves instead of following rigid instructions. Under Amorim's 3-4-3 system, the team often looked mechanical. At times, defenders were carrying the ball higher than the forwards. Now the energy feels completely different. Confidence, or as the media call it, swagger, has returned. The players look alive again. The match itself started at a furious pace. Inside the first 20 minutes, both sides combined for 10 shots. Open football, no hesitation. United weren't sitting deep anymore. They pressed high and took the fight straight into Spurs' half. Then came the turning point. In the 29th minute, Christian Romero lunged into Casemiro near the edge of the box with his studs showing. Referee Michael Oliver didn't hesitate, straight red card. It was Romero's 6th dismissal since arriving in the Premier League in 2021, more than any other player in that period. Once again, over-aggression cost him. He walked off to boos from the traveling Spurs fans. Down to 10 men, Tottenham had to react immediately. Wilson Odobert made way for Radu Dragushin to stabilize the defense, but the resistance didn't last long. And this is where United's preparation showed. When open play wasn't enough, they turned to one of their biggest weapons this season, set pieces. In the 38th minute, Bruno Fernandes delivered a clever low corner toward the near post instead of a traditional cross. Kobbie Mainoo produced a subtle no-look touch, setting the ball back to the edge of the box where Bryan Mbeumo stood unmarked. One clean strike into the far corner, 1-0 United. After the match, Carrick revealed that the routine had been rehearsed countless times in training, with veteran Johnny Evans heavily involved in its design. With that goal, United have now scored 15 set-piece goals in the Premier League this season, second only to Arsenal. And Bryan Mbeumo continues to be Tottenham's nightmare. That strike was his 9th league goal of the season, and remarkably his 6th goal in the last 6 meetings with Spurs. Playing at the tip of the attack, he linked play well and delivered when the moment arrived. If one player symbolizes United's resurgence, it's Bruno Fernandes. As Spurs pushed forward in the second half despite being down to 10 men, Bruno controlled the rhythm and delivered the decisive blow. In the 81st minute, he arrived at the far post to finish a well-worked move and make it 2-0. Not the cleanest finish, the ball bounced off his shin, but historically significant. It marked his 200th direct goal involvement in just 314 appearances for Manchester United. Only Wayne Rooney reached that milestone faster in the Premier League era. But numbers only tell part of the story. Bruno fired 8 shots, created 6 chances, and was involved in 14 attacking sequences that threatened the opposition goal, the highest total by any player in a Premier League match this season. He's everywhere right now, dropping deep, driving attacks forward, and arriving in the box like a natural finisher. The freedom given by Carrick has clearly unlocked the best version of the Portuguese captain again. On the other side, Thomas Frank is facing one of the toughest spells of his managerial career. Spurs arrived hoping to extend their unbeaten run, but everything collapsed after Romero's red card and Udogie's injury. Losing multiple left-backs has pushed the squad into a crisis. The problems go beyond tactics. They are structural and psychological. A difficult transfer window and internal issues have left Frank dealing with challenges far beyond the pitch. Another major positive for United was the resurgence of Casemiro. In his 100th Premier League appearance, the Brazilian midfielder played like a warrior. Targeted early by Romero's reckless challenges, he dominated the midfield battle. When he was substituted in the 87th minute, Old Trafford rose to its feet. Once considered past his peak, Casemiro is now providing the perfect foundation for younger talents like Kobbie Mainoo. And once again, Mainoo showed why he's becoming central to United's future. He didn't just contribute to the opening goal. He controlled the tempo throughout the match, constantly finding space, linking midfield with attack, and maintaining possession even when Spurs dropped deep. His numbers tell the story. 95 touches, 94% pass accuracy, 4 chances created, and 10 passes into the final third. He's no longer just a promising youngster. He's becoming a genuine midfield leader. Carrick also honored United's traditions by giving academy prospect Tyler Fletcher a late cameo. The presence of Carrington graduates has injected fresh energy into the squad and reminded supporters that the club's identity is slowly being rebuilt from within. The win extended United's unbeaten domestic run to 8 matches, their best streak since 2022. More importantly, they now hold the longest active winning run in the league. Earlier this season, when Mason Mount spoke about European ambitions, few believed such a rapid transformation was possible. Even Darren Fletcher's prediction of a top 5 finish was dismissed after that FA Cup embarrassment. But now, with 4 straight wins against major opponents including Manchester City, Arsenal, and Tottenham, Manchester United are firmly back among the league's most dangerous teams. Football always delivers surprises, and right now, Carrick's Manchester United might be the most exciting one of all. They're no longer scraping wins through luck. They're winning with identity, cohesion, and confidence. The swagger is back. Every time United walk out of the tunnel, opponents face a new challenge, while Old Trafford is once again filled with energy and belief. If this level continues, a return to Europe's biggest stage next season feels inevitable rather than hopeful. Carrick may have arrived as a temporary solution, but what he's building already looks sustainable. This is a team playing with courage, creativity, and clarity. Most importantly, they know how to win. And right now, Manchester United are making the entire Premier League sit up and pay attention.